So you see a lot of 5-gun for this or best 5-gun for that type of videos on YouTube. So obviously me coming out with a 5-gun video is nothing original in of itself. And I wonder why that number 5 is so popular. Is it because as firearms owners we can only use one hand to count? I'm not sure. Our 5 firearms video is going to talk about 5 firearms types that would cover all the bases: hunting, self-defense, plinking, shooting for fun. So let's get into it. So first, and maybe foremost, is a pump action shotgun. This particular one is Remington 870. It's been around for a while. Many competitors in the space: Mossberg 500, so forth and so on. And what's nice about firearms like these is that these are very versatile. You can shoot buckshot out of them. You can shoot slugs, rifled slugs. You can change out barrels, bird hunt, you name it. Can do a lot. And some would say the 12-gauge shotgun is all you need.
Buy a shotgun. Buy a double-barrel shotgun.
I might argue that, but in terms of this 12-gauge shotgun, it doesn't need to be 12-gauge. I find that a 20-gauge, a 410, 12-gauge, you name it, whatever you can get ammo for, is effective. And no, not just racking the slide is going to save your backside, guys. But this is an oldie but a goodie, the pump action shotgun. Next recommendation is a bolt action center fire gun. Not so much for the bolt as for the calibers, such as 270 that this Mauser is chambered in, 30-06, 300 Win Mag, I could keep going, 308, you name it. And basically these are the calibers that you're going to need if you want to hunt at any kind of distance at all. Now, bolt actions have been around for a long time, and you can do anywhere from a budget rifle to something expensive. The main thing is if you want to hunt at distance, you need a bolt gun. Next up, I'm recommending a bolt or lever action 22. Now, the reason I'd recommend one of these two style actions instead of a semi-auto is simply that they're going to be more reliable and not as picky on ammo and easier to clean. But there's plenty of semi-autos out there, the Ruger 1022 being the king of them all right now, that would fit the bill. But a 22 long rifle, and again, most dependable, second most dependable kind of configuration. Fun for plinking. You can hunt small game with them. Just great rifles. They're fun to have around, and they're always going to be the cheapest to shoot. Of course, you got to have something like this. This is an AR. This is a short-barreled version of one, so you know, get your checkbook out, guys, and prepare to register if you want something like this. But this is about the least scary-looking AR that I could come up with for this video. But very useful. The rounds are typically commonly available, and you can accessorize the heck out of these things. And there's parts available all over the place, and it's a very useful self-defense firearm. There's guys that use these configurations of these for hunting, you name it, but mostly it's plinking, and it's also what many of us would call a defense of liberty tool. And if you need that explained to you, I suggest that you get busy reading your history. Last but not least on my list is going to be some type of 9mm semi-automatic firearm. And this is one of the most popular ones that's out there, the Glock 19. This is what I carry. And the reason I bring up some type of 9mm as opposed to, say, a 45, which people are going to say, oh, that's God's caliber, you got to have that. Merely by the fact that I have this one, which is a World War II GI issue Remington Rand. Obviously, you know, I like 45, so let's not get in that debate. But When it comes to self-defense, something you can carry, something that you can carry and conceal. Something like this, even smaller, is more practical, higher capacity, and guys, 9mm defense ammo for personal defense is going to be every bit as effective as 45. Arguments to ensue, I'm sure. So, doesn't necessarily have to be a Glock 19. That's my carry choice. There are plenty of others that are manufactured. The list is too much for me to start mentioning. So you can research which one you want, but a 9mm that can be a concealable firearm is something that typically under normal times is going to be practical to shoot. Ammo under normal times will be perfectly accessible. And if you absolutely just want to carry that 45 like I sometimes do, go for it. No list is ever fully inclusive in everyone's mind, and being limited by the 5 kind of can make a difference. Of course, that's a constraint, like I said, that has been put out there by other YouTubers, and I'm just falling into the format. So it's very much like being an artist and saying, hey, I need to do something in watercolor. Anyway, very interested in your guys and gals' thoughts and opinions on these 5 choices that I've come forward with. If I forgot something, you feel strongly about it, or even if you don't, please leave a comment. Appreciate you watching again. As always, this is Dr. Drake 63 saying take care, and we'll see you real soon.